Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bump and Run Tuesday Night Thunder here at Watkins, Glen. Hope you got your favorite can of soda, favorite beer, popcorn, whatever kind of candy you got. Me and my main man, Mr. Sean Stam, to bring you the Wayne's World. Bunch of laps. I can't remember the number off the top of my head. Sean will probably have that.
20
Appreciate you tuning in. What's going on, folks? Hope you're ready. And I'm going to turn it over to the main man himself, Mr. Sean Stam.
What an opening from the Yamentator himself, man. How about it? We're going to have the Wayne's World 120 here tonight at Watkins. There you see the schedule. We follow, and suit the Cup Series, that real-life NASCAR Cup Series live every Sunday. We're live every Tuesday nights here on Stam Studio Network. Justin, appreciate the old killer intro there. We're going to start to take a look at some points as we already have drivers gridding up, man. Kyler McCarthy, he came away last week at the win at Iowa, going to continue to lead us up in the points. Justin Steves there sitting P2. Austin Mice, Chris Campbell, Brandon Moore, Tyler Massey, Brian Huntley Jr., as well as Robbie Bice, the Bice machine, rounding out the top 8 in the points. We got drivers gridded up and ready to go here, Justin. It's a great day for racing. These track conditions can't be beat. But who slaps it out on the pole here tonight?
So let's take a look here at our qualifying standings. Mr. Charles, gonna put it up on the pole. How about Jaden Sanchez, new front runner here with us this weekend, been kind of dominating the first couple of weeks. Gonna see if he can try to get him off a win. Brandon Moore, the Field Up Motorsports hot rod, gonna be in P3. David Berry, P4. Matthew Fitz, P5. Brian Huntley Jr., P6. Chris Campbell, P7. Kyler McCarthy going to be in P8. Austin Mice, P9. Daniel Higgins, good run for Higgins in 10th. Mark Berry in 11th. And Robbie Bice going to round out our top 12.
Something I'm noticing here, look at the lap that Charles Van Schwick put down, Justin, at 1:10.6. Kyler McCarthy, winner from a week ago there, winner from our last road course race out at Sonoma. Kyler McCarthy 2 seconds off the pace. Willie B. Roberts, 2.8 seconds down. Respectfully, he'll slap it down 13th position. These drivers, I think, just missing a little bit of the qualifying mark here. Gary Huffins, Tyler Myers, Joe Stipe, Dale Rapp, Anthony Lane there out of Silver Fox Racing. Round up that 18th position. Justin Steves, Xavier Salgado, Josh Small, Cameron Smith, Tyler Massey, Stam Studio Network, Harvest Ford Mustang. He'll start 23rd here tonight. Stan Mayberry 24th, and showing Robert Armall, driver 25th position here tonight. Unfortunately for Robert, doesn't look like he has made it out to the track for the start though. Justin, that means nothing though. Robert could be starting in the race in the pit lane. Here we go, though. Right now, we're going to shout out to everybody who makes this happen down there live in YouTube chat. Let us know who your race picks are to win here tonight. Kyler McCarthy, he definitely came in to the practice session as the favorite, but now we're here on race time here this Tuesday night, Justin. The Wayne's World 120. Well, Kyler McCarthy will swing his way all the way down to 8th place. That will be his starting position. How about Daniel Higgins, avid road course racer? He'll start 11th here tonight as he finished 3rd place from our last road course out at the hills of Sonoma.
So ought to be a fun race here tonight. A lot of left turning, a little bit of right turning. Got a little bit of a different atmosphere than where we were last week at Iowa. So different feel here, different atmosphere. You better hope that the car turns right when you get ready to turn right, because if not, could put an end to your day. So as we get ready, we're going to come around 2 more corners here. And if you notice, Sean, I don't think iRacing has updated just yet, but the new start, I guess, restart box, coming right there off the corner. I will be curious when iRacing will get that updated to the new start and finish line. Or excuse me, the new restart zone.
You're exactly right, Justin. There's a few things we're going to have to keep on mind here tonight, but right now, Jaden Sanchez, Charles Van Schwick are going to lead us here into the tough, treacherous turn number 1. Hard onto the brakes. Looks like to everybody keeping a cool, calm, and collected start so far.
So here we go. Charles going to get the lead out front. Jaden Sanchez is going to be right on the bumper. Going to look behind them. You're going to have Brandon Moore and Mr. Berry behind them. So we got a little bit of a bottleneck. Ready to come up to the S's. Everybody going to kind of chill going back through there. Boston going to go head first into the Bear. Robbie Bice. Oh my gosh, Willie B. Roberts going to get involved. Everybody going to get wadded up as they come through the S's. Everybody going to get checked up here, try to get through it. Your front, really, I guess almost everybody, front 10 really kind of separate Willie B. Roberts. Oh my goodness, that's going to put an end to the 71 Hot Rods day.
Take a look at that race replay in a few moments' time, but right now it's back up here to the battle for the race lead. You gotta hate that.
What happened to Charles?
Oh, you're exactly right, man. Charles Van Schwick also down, out, and around. He has heavy damage. Oh no, not the 41 machine. Man, I believe our pole sitter here tonight, wasn't he?
He was. The Goat Lives Matter Ford Mustang. We go to the back. Let's go back to that caution. Austin looks like he swings it wide himself and spin there. And then everybody else going to play wreck avoidance, and that's going to get the rest of the guys involved. 28-71. Robbie Bice, Willie B. Roberts going to get caught up in that one.
God, that was just a save gone wrong there for the number 97. It's going to really overcorrect it. And then here we see right in front of cameraman Billy Bob. Man, 28, Matthew Fitz involved. And then we'll start to look at Charles Van Schwick up here. This is when he loses it. Look at this, Justin. Completely different incident. We got a few drivers down, out and around, and out of the bus stop.
Let's see what happened there. Oh, my goodness. Did he just catch the inside of the bus stop and it just kind of sent him for a little bit of a ride? Let's take it on board. Yeah, he just tagged that inside corner of the bus stop. And I wouldn't be surprised, man, if I'm kind of surprised you don't see Sanchez and Moore maybe get a black flag there for cutting the course just a little bit. iRacing will throw a black flag, instantly, trying to get some time back. Is 41 going to spin out the 8 and the 18, just kind of playing wreck avoidance there, helping old Longman out. Ooh. Tough opening lap there.
We'll take one more look at it here. Here's on board with David Berry real quick. This also is taking him out of race contention here tonight. Just listen in here, Justin. This is how intense wrecks can be even at road courses.
Get locked up here. Curve. Oh, bang. We tag wall. Just a little nudge, but man, I think that left side damage is going to put a damper on the hot rod.
All right, back up here to the battle for the race lead. Jaden Sanchez, that's a Planet Fitness number 18 Toyota Camry. Starting to put, well, him and Brandon Moore, are starting to put a little bit of gap here on the field. 3.3 seconds we're starting to work with. I believe only local cautions here tonight, no full course cautions. Look at this. This is a very familiar paint scheme if you happen to watch any real-life racing. And Brian Huntley Jr., Shane Van Gisbergen Jr. worked his way up to P3 here tonight. And not only here tonight with a nice run for one of the league owners here, Justin, but Brian Huntley Jr. continues to show quite a bit of pace, quite a bit of speed, as well as the racecraft just about every single race here within the Bump and Run Cup Series.
Yeah, Brian's really been making some strides at it. He's been really getting after it and having some really good finishes. Was up front last week battling hard to Iowa. So good to see Brian have a good run, that number 88 WeatherTech machine.
Also a really good run is for Tyler Myers here tonight, driver 45 Toyota Camry. You could throw a blanket over this battle right here. Mark Berry, Tyler Myers, Matthew Fitz, Gary Huffins, all right running in with one another here. Right now, I think we got some of the favorite cams within YouTube land as we see a little lockup into the bus stop. Justin, here we go. Tyler Myers, Kyla McCarthy. Oh, he's not wearing the lucky socks. We might have to get some Sam Studio Network socks there as, oh man, Tyler Myers looking down the inside, gonna take it away from Mark Berry there. Also Matthew Fitz, the live driver cams. We'll hop on board with now, matter of fact.
Let's take a look. Who we on board with? Fitz here?
Yes, sir, Bobcat tail. Oh, Tyler Myers goes wide.
A little wide there for Tyler. He has got a whole lot of action going on behind him. He's going to lose that spot there to Fitz. Going to lose it right there to Mr. Berry, I believe, behind him. He's going to have a whole host of cars go right by, but he's going to go back off into turn one here with the inside line. That 55 hot rod going to swing it wide.
I believe that's Gary Huffins there. Oh, that's another hawk track. Justin.
Gary.
I don't know if you caught the old real-life race there this Sunday within the NASCAR. Oh, my goodness. Whoa, Jaden Sanchez just blew the bus stop. What is going on there? Because I don't have this replay in SDK timing and scorings, we're going to have to get the reverse truck out. Oh, my God, you see the front brake rotors glowing here. There's just no stopping power. Brake pedal to the floor. Like you said, that's going to result in a slow down penalty, Justin. Here comes Brandon Moore. He's going to run wide. That number 8, he's got some nice speed so far, as even after that slowdown, Jaden Sanchez continues to lead. But here comes the shark that smells blood in the water. That's Brandon Moore.
Brandon Moore going to be all over that back bumper. Here he comes. He is not going to check up, swings it wide, gets it low as they come off the first corner. You've got to really watch it swinging that wide corner there, because if you swing it too wide, you will get a time assessment penalty. Here on board with Jaden Sanchez, looking back at the 8 of Brandon Moore. Really here to work it up through the years.
Curious to see how rough this bus stop is here. This is something that's also not been just quite updated here within the iRacing universe. You see it will drop all the way down to a very fast 100 miles an hour. Here we go up and through the carousel section here. Justin, this is starting to look very reminiscent of Watkins Glen Stage 1. And again, if you didn't quite catch that race, Shane Van Gisbergen was having a hell of a time trying to pass leader at the time, who was Ryan Blaney here. Real quick, here's one of the old NBC graphics here. I know it's not animated, but you see, you lose about 30% of that downforce running in the trailing next-gen machine here. As we've tried to get rid of the underbody rear diffusers, we've tried to do all that we can here to these next-gen machines to try and get a little bit more, well, with all due respect here to NASCAR and their affiliate bodies, we're trying to do everything that we can within this next-gen car to bring us some real nice racing here, and we did see some nice passes. We see some really nice racing here tonight within the bump and run series. But as far as the real life NASCAR goes here, we don't see the excitement that we see out here within the sim world. Speaking of excitement, Stan Mayberry, Anthony Lane are putting on a show for the fans right here.
You're not going to go away easy. Side by side, you can see the damage right there on Austin Mice's car and that self-induced spin on lap number 1. He's going to keep battling hard, damage or not. Oh, no. Sean, as we get... Oh! 24, Kyler McCarthy going to go around.
I'm sorry to cut you off, just when you said you bring up something there, man. Let's see what happens to Kyler McCarthy into the bus stop.
Bus stop is not a friend.
Oh, once again, rear diffuser contact with those rumble strips. That's going to send Kyler McCarthy right down, out and around us. These drivers, Justin, just like, I sound like a broken record, just like we see real life Sunday, these drivers do everything that they can to get these cars just nailed to the bottom of the racetrack there. And with doing that, you're going to risk running that smaller rear diffuser into these rumble strips here. Look at that, man. Go lives matter. Go diecast machine here. Charles Van Schwick. Sure, he had that damage earlier on, Justin. I think he's already down off of pit lane, got it all fixed up, and Charles has worked his way all the way back up to P10. Very nice run here tonight. And you know what I just saw, Justin, there? Possibly helmet of the race. Take a look at this.
Give the old spinnerooski here. What do we got? Oh my goodness, it's SpongeBob. Oh, SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's gonna dive it down the inside here and carry up.
If it was perfect Squidward, I'd have cried.
I was gonna say, man, I was about to try the old Squidward, not accent, but voice there, but I'll save that one for another day. Anyways, we're continuing to see some real nice battling here, Justin. Back up here to the battle for the race lead once again. We're going to start to see this is not once again Josh Small. He's going to go down a lap, but these front brake rotors glowing. This is once again, we're going to start to see Brandon Moore close that gap to our race leader.
Yeah, he's going to have to try to maybe make a little difference happen. Maybe rolling in a little closer on the bus stop, maybe try to outbrake him in a corner. But you've got to do everything you can. Now, folks, we will have one pit stop. After doing the math, the pre-race show you at least got to stop one time for fuel and tires. So that'll come a little later on in the race. We do believe, I'm believing maybe around, probably around 20-25. Maybe some people break it up and go around lap 17. That's going to be kind of halfway of the race. 17 is kind of your middle point of the race. So anywhere we're going to say from lap 17 to about 24 going to be your time for a pit stop.
For the lead, continuing to heat up, so is Charles Van Schwick, who continues to work his way through the field here tonight. Another, we got some fans live here in the old YouTube land. We got Terry hanging out with us. We got Carrie C as well as Ricardo. Appreciate every single one of you joining in here tonight. EBS 731 as well. Means the world to me here tonight. Getting paid to do what we love here up with the old Yamentator. Justin, appreciate you as well. Every Tuesday, Wednesday night, Justin and I bring you some NASCAR Next Gen action here. Tomorrow night it will also be live here at Watkins Glen. It might not be the Wayne's World at Watkins 120. We're to continue to swing. It's up here tonight. Man, I'm swinging it up here in the booth, continuing to see some real nice battles. Matthew Fitz, Tyler Massey's continuing to run nose to tail here tonight. That's drivers 13th and 14th running positions. Like you said, Justin, I'm curious to see, it's not if, but it is when we will start to see some pit stops. I'm very curious to see if possibly a driver with a little bit more cosmetic damage is one of those drivers to possibly try to make the undershoot happen here tonight.
So here we go. That front battle, man, that is just a heat and a half right there. Then let's look at our standings, kind of walk through them here. Sanchez and Moore, I mean, they are nose to tail. Neither one of them going to give up, and neither one of them going to have to really battle hard right now. Maybe save your equipment for a little later run. But let's go back. You got P3, that's Brian Huntley. P4, that's going to be Chris Campbell. A couple cars right there in between them. So Chris got a little bit of lap traffic to try to work through. How about Daniel Higgins? Quietly having a good night so far. Right now, sitting in P5 out of Tampa, Florida, the jockey. Number 2 machine having a good run tonight. Kyler McCarthy rebounding right now. He's in P6. Go ahead, Sean.
I was just going to say another thing with before you keep the walk down going here. Daniel Higgins, he is an avid road course racer. I see this racer in quite a few of the leagues that I broadcast on the road racing side. Remember, he has also showed us that he can take it to these NASCAR stock cars, very heavy, a lot more horsepower than he might be used to here. Last road course race out at Sonoma, Daniel Higgins, he finished P3. I'm right there with you, Justin. He continues to be one of our biggest movers here tonight, and I'll walk it back there to Kyler McCarthy, who continues to also run pretty well there after his earlier spin in the race. And then, Justin, I'll throw this back to you here. Charles Van Schwick, how about the GOAT Lives Matter machine, man? Holy guacatoolies.
He is coming hard. He is not giving up. I don't think he come in and got a set of tires, so he's really pushing them tires hard, but you're going to have to make that pit stop at some point. So I wouldn't be there to say maybe Mr. Charles switches up the I guess, pit strategy here and maybe comes in a little earlier than the other one to see if maybe he can make some time back up.
But old Robbie Bice, I just saw as he passed cameraman Billy Bob Joe Part 2. Look at that right rear tire here as we stay, we'll have to catch it here to turn 1. Man, Robbie Bice, he had some more cosmetic on the side of his machine, but once again, a driver who keeps some nice pace up here, regardless of how their machine might be handling here. That's, I think that right rear toe has definitely seen better days, but Robbie Bice, shout outs here, man, keeping it up, keeping it up. Gary Huffins, Cameron Smith, as well as Tyler Myers. And Tyler Myers, he abdicated for joining us here in the live driver cam tonight. Driver number 45 since in the 11th running spot, but he still has Mark Berry as well as Matthew Fitz. Another live driver cam here tonight. We're going to hop on board with them once again, heading into the bus stop, and then after that, we'll continue our walk down the field. Justin, I'm not sure if you have too many laps here within Watkins Glen, but especially this cup layout here. Even in these NASCAR next-gen machines, it's so hard to get them slowed and woed down there. You're heading about 150, 160 into the bus stop here. Very nice footwork there for the McCarthy machine. He runs up there back in P6. We're still on board with Matthew Fitz. He's going to look down the inside of Mark Berry. Side by side, Matthew Fitz, even with a little bit of front aerodynamic damage. He's going to take that spot away. Cameron Smith around.
Oh, Cameron, keep it off him. Good job, Cameron. Keep it that way.
Let's see what happened to the old Smith machine here.
Let's see. Going to dial it off in. I don't know the turn numbers, so don't kill the man.
6, 7, and 8, I believe here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, just gets to the throttle a little too quick. And these cars, you got to hit your marks in. So temperamental about if you get to the throttle, JB, just a little bit too quick. Man, these things will start trying to go around with you very, very quickly.
Here's a couple of laps ago. This is Josh Small's incident. Real quick, Josh, Tyler, Kyler, every single one of the league owners here tonight. We've got to shout them out and really appreciate everything that they do behind the scenes. Keep up the great work here, as we will keep up the great work on STAM Studio Network. Josh Small just runs a little bit wide there heading into turn 1. Real quick, back to some racing action. Before we get back to it, though, Brandon Moore is going to get loose as a caboose. Shouting out all the sponsors and affiliates who make this possible up in the top right of your screen as they continue to rotate in and out. Appreciate every single one of you, as well as all the live viewers here, STAM Studio Network. I'm going to treat you guys to the sights and sounds of the racetrack here. Go ahead and crank it up. Justin and I will be right back with you up here in the booth. All right, you might want to crank this puppy down relatively quick here. Goodness, Jaden Sanchez is just getting hounded by Brandon Moore here lately. And as these drivers continue to do battle, you got to feel for Brian Huntley Jr. As look at the top left of your screen, now minus 18.5 seconds here. Battle for the lead continuing to heat up. Battle for 5th and 6th starting to broil as Daniel Higgins starts to join this battle as well. Chris Campbell here tonight, Justin. Driver really haven't mentioned too much. Bearded Bear Custom Hides, number 68 Toyota Camry. Highest running Toyota Camry here tonight on Kyler McCarthy's rear bumper here.
He is all over the back bumper, man. These boys are racing hard, and we still got 21 laps to go.
Down and through that never-ending carousel there. It's just the right-hand turn that just keeps going, and then it's finally over as you make your way down the long back straightaway here. Well, now we're looking at the long start-finish straightaway here. It's a little bit shorter, but it does present that nice passing opportunity there into turn number 1. Brandon Moore, Jaden Sanchez putting on a show for the fans here tonight as battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th continues to heat up. 0.3 of a second separating our front 2 runners right now.
They are known to tail battling hard as they head towards the bus stop.
Look out!
Don't like it. Oh.
Sorry, I feel bad for the cameraman there, Justin. You know he's just going deaf as the cars whiz by at Mach 2.
I just want to feel the wind off that. I bet it feels good.
Yeah, you know how some drivers will have motion simulators? I know that wind simulators are a thing. I think you're exactly right, Justin. That's what we need, not only behind the wheel, but as well as up here in the booth, man. Let us feel the roar of these V8s. So as the winds, like you said, all that dirty air come out the rear end of these machines. Man, Kyler McCarthy, even after spinning earlier on in this race, how about it? And if you're just now joining us, here's a quick replay of it. Kyler McCarthy, earlier on in the race, went for a ride there into the bus stop, already finds his way back up to P4.
Yeah, he already slid it around, but he is making absolute hay.
Look at that, he's already on Brian Huntley Jr.'s rear bumper here. Kyler McCarthy fighting for the final driver interview spot.
Oh. You know, Shaw, Brian gonna get into the corner there, and that's gonna open the door for the 24. Wow, I didn't mean to rhyme right there. How about you? Come on. Give me a rhyme, I'll make it 5 minutes time. I'm a poet and didn't know it.
Sorry, Mr. Justin.
Ooh. Sorry.
I
Sorry,
am for
Miss
Man, oh man, you know who Kyler
Something
McCarthy's
Mr.
gonna
Shaw.
bring with him here into the bus stop. Look at that! Charles Van Schwick knocking on the back bumper. Oh, now it's front
I
bumper.
thought that was gonna end badly for Brian. He hit that curve at about $180.
Boy, hang on to her.
I think a kite over in that corner. That's the corner. That's kite corner. That's one you get all the wind off of it. And I bet you could fly a kite out there all day.
Here comes Brandon Moore. He goes way wide there in turn number 1. Too wide, Brandon Moore. Contact with the outside tire barrier.
Don't come down too quick, Brandon. You got an insider.
No,
Oh, my
no,
goodness.
no. Here's a quick look at it here. Once again, we're going to hop on board with Brandon Moore. He had a run going down there into turn 1. I wouldn't count him out of this race at all, though.
He got every bit of that one.
Okay, I might count him out.
Just a little rough.
Sorry, I have to add that after late. Anyways, no contact here, no trading paint, but the 18 and the 8 go a little bit wide here. Justin Steves makes his way by that one, no harm, no foul. Justin Steves up to the 14th running spot. That's another real nice Justin here on the out here in SSN World with us. Driver 87. Justin, how about Justin? He continues to sit second in the points. He respectfully might not have it on the left and right turns, but Justin continues to stay pretty clean there on the left turns. That's why we continue to see the 87 continue to run up in the top 3 in the points.
I'm trying my best I can here, man. I hate left. I hate turning right. Let's go in the pit. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's Justin Stevens. Don't let me be on board and do that.
Uh-oh, here's Tyler Myers, the W Energy Toyota Camry 45. Look at that, Justin. That's quite a few times tonight we've seen the front brake rotors glowing. And, well, with that, driver's going to run wide. I'm not sure if it's the rear diffuser that makes contact or just the rear bump stops or what it is within the suspension. So to send these drivers right back down and around. That was something that I saw very common within the official races that I was running quite a bit last week. Is Jaden Sanchez going to work around Josh Small here. Josh should be going, I believe it's 2 laps down this time by. Look who's continuing to gain some pace, though. It's Brandon Moore.
They are trying everything he can. He is going crazy out there, trying to run down Sanchez. He's kind of cut the gap just a little bit by maybe 0.2 of a second, but he's got a long way to go. Luckily, 17 or 16 more laps here at the winding and bending. That is Watkins Glen.
No, we're not in Aurora, Illinois here tonight for the Wayne's World 120. We are up here in the old Watkins Glen, New York. We're rocking here tonight. Brandon Moore, sure he was slower last lap by just about 0.2 of a second, but Justin, through the whole first sector of this track, I think I do have sectors to show. Yes. Here we go. It's looking like St. Patrick's Day down there for Brandon Moore as he continues to draw a bead as, oh no, one stop down there going into the carousel. Joe Stipe down out and around with Joe stopped just off the racing line. Here comes Jaden Sanchez. Brandon Moore with another shot here.
He is not going to give up. He is right back where he was. He just drove.
Oh, lockup
absolute
city for
wheels.
our race leader.
Here we go. To the outside comes Brandon Moore. Sanchez going to have the preferred line as they go back around this corner one more time. As they head back down the long front straightaway, they're going to be side by side, coming to 15 laps to go.
Remember, Brandon Moore, just a couple laps ago, he botched this pass here on the outside of turn 1. This time, Brandon Moore breaks 100 feet too early. Oh, no! Brandon Moore has gone around!
Oh, my Brandon Moore going to go around. Oh, my God, who was that in the background? Oh, my good gosh.
Josh Small loses brakes, heads
It's-
Mach 2 into turn 1.
He pulled a Jimmy Johnson.
He did pull a young Jimmy Johnson here. Second time tonight, Brandon Moore just doesn't quite have the grip and acceleration on the outside line. Oh, the rear end's gonna come out on the underneath of him here. And like you said, Justin, look at the background here. Wait, oh my God! Oh my, I think somebody's
Oh,
dead.
my good
I
gosh.
actually think his wrists are broken.
Was he trying to get the caution out?
I don't
'Cause
know,
think
but
we're
I
gonna
can't
need
tell
a
you we
red
can
flag.
hop on
We're gonna
board
need-
with him now.
We need a medic down there in turn 1.
Goodness great, Justin, have you ever? Because I have never, except for young Jimmy Johnson there. Holy moly! Okay, do we hop on board or exterior?
Yeah,
again?
yeah, go on board, go on board. Let's see. Did he even touch the brakes, or did we go just hammer? Oh yeah, he meant to do this. He knew what he was doing. Woo, bam!
Good God!
Oh my
Slides
gosh.
across the race line there. If you blinked, you would have missed it. Because I think I blinked and I did miss it at the rear bumper of our last. Excuse me. I just saw something down there live.
Moment of silence for Josh Small.
Yeah, we're gonna need a. All right, that was
Hang on, I
3
got it.
beats of moments of silence.
Hang on, I got it. That's how he gets.
Okay, well, what a turn of events here in the last couple laps. We got Terry, we got Blue Crab, as well as Neil797 coming in with a $4 donation.
Oh.
Shouting out the old 800 subscribers that we have.
800. We got the 800.
Woohoo, Justin,
Oh,
we did
yeah.
it, buddy, we did it.
Appreciate you, Neil. Appreciate you, Neil. Appreciate you, Blue Crab, Terry, EBS, Carrie. Appreciate all the folks over in YouTube chat. Make sure to like, share the stream. We're trying to grow this thing, baby. We're trying to get to it. At 1,000, you're gonna hear me and Sean singing "Picture" by Sheryl Crow and Kid Rock on stream. I'm just kidding. You don't want that. We're trying to gain followers, not lose followers.
I was gonna say, that was definitely in the fine print of the contract there, but no
Whoa,
seriousness.
whoa, whoa!
though.
Neil said $4. He said $8 total.
Oh, he said, oh my.
Neil.
Neil. Okay, Hank, tone it down, tone it down.
Neil.
Neil.
I could go to Chick-fil-A at least get an 8 count now.
No seriousness, man. That means a lot to us here, and us at Stam Studio Network. Man, oh man, Justin, this is starting to get pretty good here, not only on the racetrack, but also in the battle for what is, I mean, the YouTube chat win here tonight. Neil has the lead there with 425 XP, Unicorn Queen, as well as EBS, Sam Litchfield, and Terry Stam are all tied for second through fourth right now. Charles Van Schwick, though, he's going to make that long run strategy work here, as he will definitely have to make his pit stop here. Justin, I'm not showing even Charles Van Schwick did pit earlier on in this race.
He did pit or did?
I'm showing he did not. So real quick, before we get to Charles Van Schwick here heading onto pit lane, which it should be this time, remember, if you're just now joining us, he did crash here on lap 1. I believe this is, into the bus stop here. But I don't think there was any real sorts of damage. Well, okay, except for the back. Well, no real sorts of. Okay, I don't know how the left rear toe link got away from that one scotch-free. But Charles Van Schwick, he did not pit after that incident. And right now, sure, he still has to pit for some fuel. That SpongeBob helmet driver, Charles Van Schwick, up to the race lead. Brian Huntley Jr. Still has not pit either. The first driver to pit, though, is Jaden Sanchez, who pits on lap 22.
Come in, get you some fresh Goodyears, try to be the first one to dive off so he can try to finish it out. So away they go. Sanchez is going to have to kind of work back through this field, but kind of the first one to make the pit stop. Everybody else, Moore goes in a lap before. So Brandon Moore, Gary Huffy's. How about old Gary, the 55 machine, rebounding real well. Charles going to try to make the run as long as he can. I believe Charles going to try to get that gap as big as he can before he has to duck off, so that way. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you see him dabble off.
Oh, no.
Oh, Brandon, oh! Oh, my Lord, Brandon, save it, baby, save it.
I don't know. that's really it's an easier feat to do within any other car, but Justin, you hop behind one of these wheels of these next-gen machines, shouting out every single driver here tonight, putting on a show for the race fans as Charles Van Swick, Brian Huntley Jr. now make their way down into pit lane. We're going to have to see where this cycles out as here comes Jaden Sanchez. Well, that was just no race at all there. Jaden Sanchez got his brake rotors aglow. You could probably cook some very good steaks on those front brake rotors. Might taste a little bit like rubber, but definitely enough heat in them to do so. Brandon Moore, Jaden Sanchez, they will cycle out to the race lead. Kyler McCarthy cycles out to P3 after pitting on lap 19.
They're going to get kind of settled out here. Everybody going to kind of come in. You're starting to see pit road get turned up. And we always talk about it, folks. The money stop, well, you got one, and this is your money stop, so you better make sure to hit it right. Just an old guy. Oh, Gary, just an old guy that loves racing. Me too,
Woohoo!
Gary. Me too. I'm not old, but I like racing.
Driver there, Tell City, Indiana. Gary Huffins, he's been pretty solid here this season so far for the Bump and Run Cup Series. I believe that's a newer paint job for him. That's the, it's not the Bush AF, but it's the Bush, what does that say, X-Gen? Something? I couldn't quite catch the hood there.
Hang on. Let me look at this. Let's see. Bush X. Oh, this is one of the Kevin Harvick schemes, one of the special Kevin Harvick schemes.
That's
that
what
went around for a while.
His light pink Bush AF when it had very
Yeet,
yeet
and all that on there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Bro, that thing was ugly. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted the can car.
You gotta add respectfully in there. It's respectfully.
Respectfully.
All right.
I wanted the can car.
The can car.
Yeah, I remember he ran the car that they turned into a can or something like that.
Oh, okay. The old Kevin Hart. Yeah, the old Bush light. Yeah. Okay.
That thing was awesome.
How do you go, man? Paint designing the old Bush Yeet scheme to that one, man. That's yin and yang there effects. But in all seriousness, drivers paint designers here, not only within the real racing world, but as well as iRacing here. Justin, I'm not sure if you've tried to put a paint scheme together here for yourself or just find one off of Trading Paints, but that's also not only the drivers we have to shout out here tonight, but every single artist who really puts the paint schemes here tonight and pop out here on track. Well, there we see it again. Gary Huffins going against Robbie Bice. He's going to make the outside line work into the bus stop. Justin, what is your next-gen paint there?
Hang on, let me look.
Uh-oh.
Up. We're back. We're good. I clicked the wrong button. That's on me. That's a hand. That's a hand of accountability. That's my bad. I clicked the stop watching the stream and I about lost it. Let's see. All right, going on trading paints. Let's see. Okay. You said the next gen car?
Yeah, man. Whatever paint scheme you race, I'm curious about it, man.
Oh no.
Oh, no,
no,
that
I'm
doesn't
scared.
sound good.
Okay, let me look here. So I have the Ford Mustang and I have the Camaro. So my cousin is a big Alex Bowman fan, so when he comes up and hops on the rig, I let him run the Camaro so he can run Alex Bowman's scheme.
Oh, there you go.
And then my Mustang is hang on, I gotta find which car. There it is. I'm trying to remember which car it was. It's a Rusty Wallace Miller High Loft. Or Miller Genuine Draft Stream.
Man, I feel like I could have guessed that one, man. God dang it. Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm not an alcoholic.
No, that is no. Well, now that just no, that is not no. Okay, well, anyways, I'm not one either, but I'll definitely I'll get something brewing here not every race or two.
I'm trying to figure out which race it was. All right, chat. If you're listening in, what is your all-time favorite NASCAR paint scheme? I feel like that's a toughie. I know it's a hard ask because everybody's got their own. It was okay. If you go look up June 1996 Michigan Rusty Wallace win, that is the paint scheme I'm running. It's gray on the front.
Miller on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I see you got a little bit of taste with it, Justin. I like it.
I'm a man with taste. Maybe from Alabama, but I got taste. Nah.
A driver?
Trying to think. No, if you're in YouTube chat, what is your all-time favorite NASCAR paint scheme? Sean, you got one?
Off the top of my head, I would really have to think about it a lot more, but I think I've mentioned this here for the Bump and Run Cup Series before. We've started to get into, not this exact conversation, but I think what got me into the sport. And I mean, long story short, I'm going to have to say Austin Cindric's Money Lion Xfinity paint scheme from a couple of years ago, man. I saw...
It's a good looking.
That's, yeah, you're exactly right there, Justin. I saw, I mean, my grandparents, my family has been pretty avid NASCAR fans for quite a few years, but after seeing that NASCAR ad on YouTube about 5, 6, 7 years ago, man, seeing that Ford Mustang glow with some mint green and some white, that number 22 just rubbed me the right way there. I think that's going to be hard to beat, but you know what? Also another hard paint scheme to beat. Daniel Higgins is, you could call it Daniel Suarez Jockey.com number 2 Chevrolet Camaro here tonight. Daniel Higgins continues to run P5, also 5 spots gained. Although he's 7.9 seconds back behind Kyler McCarthy here. Man, Daniel Higgins shouting out. Driver number 2 here, letting us know that he can, well, he's shown us time and time again from Sonoma and here tonight, Watkins, he can turn both left and right.
I think one of my favorite paint schemes of all time, obviously Intimidator. That one's got to be, you know, if we're going like specialty schemes and all that, the gold Intimidator car is one of my all-time favorite schemes.
Okay. You got me beat there. I think that there's no beating the old gold Intimidator number 3. Come on now.
That was a good one. That was a great one. The Dale Jr. 3 doors down car. Why are the monster cars going at it?
I was gonna say, isn't that some teamwork there? Well, they're gonna make the dreamwork happen. Matthew Fitz somehow clears him there, but that's quite a bit. Once again, man, Robbie Bice. I don't know about you, Justin, but looks like he didn't opt to fix his cosmetic damage there in his halfway pit stop lap. But you really can't. I mean, you lose so much time doing so. Tyler Massey harvest Stam Studio Network machine all the way back up to P12 here after starting back there in the 23rd position. Shout out Tyler Massey here as you saw that the front really start to sink into the racetrack here. Coming to 5 laps to go here, Justin. Jaden Sanchez continues to put it down here. Remember, Jaden Sanchez, sure, he was having a really good run at Iowa, didn't quite make it up in the top 9. I don't know, same story there goes with Sonoma. Jaden Sanchez had a good run going, although with a little bit of incidences not within his doing there. Well, Jaden Sanchez looks to silence all the haters here tonight, coming to 4 laps to go this time by.
Sanchez got about a 5-second lead. He is ways away, and he's got a couple cars in front of him. But don't count out Sanchez, man. He's got some traffic to work through here with Tyler Myers and who is that? Tyler Massey sitting up there. Tyler Myers and Tyler Massey going to go at it. The Tyler v. Tyler show up there. Both of them going to have to try to maybe make a block or something. Somebody got to slip somebody a 20 Venmo or something after this race if they want to try to catch Jaden.
Oh, hey, you bring up a whole nother sort of factor to these races now because I don't know if you sort of catch this one or not here, but if your arm's starting to itch, I'm right there with you. not on the road course races, but slip your buddy a 20, and you never know what might happen. You get that yellow to save your life there. I'm just kidding. This is all jokes. This is just what happened in real life with Clint Boyer.
Crap.
Uh-oh. What I miss?
Holy crap.
What I miss?
It's nothing. Sorry. Sidebar here, folks. My sister just sent me this. Apparently, Crocs and Krispy Kreme have teamed up to make donut-themed Crocs.
Holy, okay, we're not going to take a moment of silence for that. We're going to take a moment of V8 engines roaring because, Justin, that changes everything.
Yeah, that just made the stream 10 times better.
Irish, welcome in here to STAM Studio Network Pit Pass. We have another new member here live on SSN. Irish, let us know your shirt size. Let us know your koozie size as well. We'll be sending some free SSN merch your way, showing our appreciation for you here on STAM Studio Network. Appreciate you, Irish, and we appreciate Jaden Sanchez continuing to stretch his legs out here tonight. Sure, Justin, like you said, he's got some lap traffic up here ahead of him. He's going to lose a little bit of more of that front downforce available, but will we see Jaden Sanchez lead second gap there over Brandon Moore, who continues to push just everything he has left here behind the wheel, coming to 2 laps this time by. I believe that's 2.5 miles from a road course that has 8 turns. If my math is mathing, that's 16 different chances for Jaden Sanchez to possibly botch a corner. Brandon Moore starts to close him in here once again. Cuts the gap down to 2.8, coming to 2 laps to this time by.
As they come back into turn number 1, Sanchez has got some lap traffic in front of him. He's going to have to try to work through. If you're Brandon Moore, look at the gap there as he comes off. It's cut down just a little bit, but he is really going to have to push it these next 2 laps. He's going to have to get every bit of ounce of energy as he can out of that 8 machine. He wants to try to get to the front here. Massey Myers going to try to stick it to the inside and stay out of the way. They get out of the way of Robbie Bias. The 17's not going to go. He's going to try to maybe not go a lap down. He's going to keep it to the inside. Sanchez. How about Moore, though? He has cut this lead to about 1.5 seconds. Here comes Brandon Moore. He is peeking ever so slightly, trying to get to the front. Sanchez going to have a lot of green grass in front of him.
Saw Tyler Massey there get into, well, he didn't get out of the way there going into the bus stop, so I think that's where we started to see that gap start to close down from here. Tyler Massey, now that he is 1 lap down, I think he's going to give the point by here to Brandon Moore. White flag is out here from the Wayne's World 120 at Watkins. We're continuing to swing it up here for the race lead. 1.2 seconds separating P1 and P2. Things are going to get to the nitty. Things are going to get to the gritty here tonight. Only 6 turns left here for Jaden Sanchez. Does he have what it takes to continue to hold off the hard-charging Brandon Moore?
Here he comes. White flag is out. Sanchez is way away. So do we see Moore maybe try to break it a little later into the bus stop? He is going to hit this curve at $180. Come around through the short chute, try to make everything happy. He's cut it down to less than 1 second. Can he get there? He's going to drift up the corner just a little bit, and I think that may be detrimental. He's going to spin it out. Drift lead's going to cut back open to just under 1.5 seconds. Sanchez is going to get away.
And Brandon Moore sent it of the century down there into the bus stop. Doing so, he made up the ground on entry, but he lost it all on exit. Tonight, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Jaden Sanchez to victory lane.
Make sure the window net's where it doesn't need to be, okay?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Connor. I'm sorry. If you hear that, I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all right. He's got some plates in it now. He will be A-okay. Charles Van Swick's going to take away P3 here tonight. Final driver interview solidified. Kyler McCarthy, after his spin earlier on in the race, he's going to bring home this Nitro Chevrolet Camaro home P4. Justin, what about Daniel Higgins tonight? He fought his way back up to the 5th running position after starting P10. Driver number 2 finishes 5th here tonight.
Chris Campbell going to finish it out, P6. Ryan Huntley beat all the goodness. That WeatherTech is weathered the storm, and it's going to come home P7. Here comes Gary. He's going to bounce it off the wall, going to try to get to the line as he'll bring it home P7. Cameron Smith going to be behind him, finish it out P9. And here comes Fitz. Not sure how far back he is. There he comes coming off the corner, so he's going to bring it on around to round out our top 10.
What a race, what a finish here tonight from Watkins Glen International. You've joined here, Stam Studio Network, the Wayne's World 120 live at Watkins. My name is Sean Stam, Justin Yamentator up here in the booth. We're going to take a look at some official results and then bring you the top 3 live driver interviews here just a few moments time. Thank you all for joining in here tonight, Stam Studio Network. Thank you for Neil. Man, I appreciate that, man. $18. And headed their way to the funds here on Stam Studio Network. Appreciate that, Neil. That goes a long, long ways. Jaden Sanchez, J. Bird, the plane. Victory Lane, that number 18 Chevrolet Camaro will find himself here tonight for Team Penske / Front Row Motorsports. Fueled Up Motorsports, as well as GOAT Racing, GOAT Locker, GOAT Diecast Machine for Charles Van Schwick will bring it home P3. Justin, how about 4th through 10th, though? That's some really good front runners here tonight, continuing to have some very nice runs within the points.
Yeah, this ought to shake it up just a little bit, especially down there 5th through 10th. A lot of new names up there near the front with him. But congratulations, Jaden, on the win. Brandon Moore gave it everything he can. And let's give a little shout out to Mr. Charles. Rebounding after that wreck early on in the race to rebound and get it all the way up to P3.
Immaculate race here tonight. The Bump and Run Cup Series, letting all the race fans know that this is what they come out here for. The racecraft, the competitiveness. Man, it's something that is hard to beat here. Jaden Sanchez, he's going to park it across the start-finish line as we will continue to run through our front runners here, and then, all of our racers here that put on a show tonight on SSN. Then we will get those top 3 interviews. Kyler McCarthy will bring it home 4th. Daniel Higgins, Chris Campbell, out of Kyle Busch, that's KBM. I'm not sure if it's the real, obviously. Anyways, Brian Utley Jr., Gary Huffins, Cameron Smith, Matthew Fitz there for Team Sparkle Unicorn Racing. Rounding at the top 10, Tyler Massey, Robbie Bice, Mark Berry, Justin Steves, Austin Mice, Tyler Myers, Stan Mayberry, David Berry, Joe Stipe, and Josh Small rounding up the top 20. 25 driver field here tonight. We will get all these drivers shouted out as they just put on, once again, a show week after week after week. It's Austin Mice, Mark Berry, Justin Steves, Austin Mice, Tyler Myers, Stan Mayberry, David Berry, Joe Stipe, Josh Small rounding at the top 20, Anthony Lane, Dale Rapp, Xavier Salgado, Willie B. Roberts, and Robert Armal rounding at the top 25. Thank you, sponsors and affiliates that have made this all possible. They are switching up there in the top right of your screen. Thank you, Tyler, Josh, and Brian. Each one of you here, very active league owners within the Bump and Run Cup Series. Appreciate all your hard work here behind the scenes. I believe now we are finally going to cut to it here. I got Justin Yaw, the Yamentator himself. He's going to join Jaden Sanchez down there in Victory Lane.
Yeah, you got a copy, buddy?
How's it going, guys?
Good, brother. Well, first of all, congratulations on the win. But, man, you had a hard charger right there behind you all night, and Brandon Moore. What did it take to fend him off there as the race kept grinding on?
Yeah, no, it was an all right race, I would say. Brandon and Chuck, they were incredibly fast. Honestly, I was just struggling a lot, trying to not to push, because I knew if I pushed, I could easily, whoop at 110s, but I was trying to just not spin, because, my car was just so, aero dependent in the back, so, the second guy in the corner just wanted to go around. And so I couldn't get the power like I wanted to, so when the tires died, I kind of had to just hold my line and park it and just hope that Brandon would go around the outside or something, and, which he had to, or, So, I don't know. I do feel bad, though, because I got tight when we were side by side and, kind of, pushed him out of the groove, so, that's on me, But yeah, I just got tight, and other than that, though, race was all right. Brandon was really fast. I was monitoring him and Chuck the whole time, just trying to figure out where I should push, or, and I guess towards the end of the run, I had more pace actually, but I didn't want to use it because I knew if I used it, I was gonna wreck the car. And that's what I was testing during practice is how much would I need to push in order to keep some of them behind me. And it didn't really help because lap traffic was also kind of like a factor, but you know, obviously I'm not gonna knock anyone out the way, vice versa. I mean, so you know, I had to be really cautious behind the lap cars, and I think that's what really, you know, got Brandon to catch up to me even quicker. But yeah, no, he was incredibly fast, and he would have probably had me with 1 lap to go. So, or
Yeah,
two,
no doubt,
you know,
man.
so I mean, yeah, no, I'm happy to go back to back though. Won last year's Watkins Glen's race. So yeah, just it's good to you know finally get a win after you know being so close last week at Iowa and then screwing up and then being close at Pocono and then getting you know wrecking myself with like 10 or 12 to go. So yeah, no, first one of the year. So glad I got it. At least something, you know, done, and hopefully, I don't know what track's next week, but I'm hoping we can. Oh, I think it's Daytona, so yeah, I hope to, I guess, finish somewhat decent there. But yeah, no.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, Jaden, you got anybody you want to say tonight, buddy?
Yeah, thanks to like, you know, Brandon, you know, Chuck, they were quick, you know, competition. Thanks to thanks to Brian and, you know, for the league and, you know, for running this thing. He does a good job. Thanks to you guys for, you know, broadcasting, you know, so yeah, no, it's yeah, it's gonna be good. It's a good year. I mean, again, I feel bad for Brandon because, you know, that wasn't my intention to, you know, get tight and push him up, but I mean, yeah. But it's okay. We've had races where both of us go at it, so I think that's what makes it fun. Is you know, me and him can always you know battle it out, whether I get wrecked or he gets wrecked. But we just go on next week and just you know do the same thing again. So yeah, I hope to do that next week, and yeah, we'll see where this win takes us.
No doubt, my friend. Well, congratulations on your win tonight. Mr. Sanchez, I believe Mr. Sean has caught up with Mr. Charles.
Congratulations there, Jaden, on your win here once again from the Wayne's World 120 live at Watkins. Brandon Moore, this is Sean Stam here live in the Podium Finishers. Victory Lane, you got yourself a copy, man.
Don't see Brandon down here.
No, Brandon, no. Okay, I think we've caught up with all Goat Locker Racing diecast man, the myth. He's the legend as well, Charles Van Swick. He's going to bring it home. Final driver interview spot here tonight.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great after a race like that. A lot of fun to watch here, Charles. Man, oh man, after your spin earlier on in the race, didn't opt to come down to pits. Ended up making the late run strategy work here tonight. Work your way up to the 3rd position. What was going through your minds, not only before the spin, during the spin, but most importantly after the spin? It looked like you just kept your head down, man.
Yeah, I hit the rumble strip in the bus stop, which made me a little loose, and I tried, you know, straighten it out, and Jaden hit me. You know, he had nowhere to go. And then, of course, you know, racer etiquette, I waited for the whole pack to come, which killed me because there was guys still coming out of the S's. I don't know what the hell they were doing when I spun. So I probably sat there for, God, it seemed like forever, probably 15 seconds. I think when I looked at my relative, I was 28 seconds behind, something like that. So I got it under 12, and then another lap car was in the way, and in the S's, and I accidentally downshifted and hit the wall a little bit, so I went back up to like 14 seconds or something. Yeah, I gave that one away, but not really mad at it because I suck at road courses, so that's not like a humble bragging. I literally suck at road courses. The fact that I got the pole is probably the first pole I've ever gotten on a road course. You know, I think I passed every car. Passed a couple cars 3 or 4 times. Had to make some pretty risky moves there because you know you got certain passing zones, and if you don't get them there, then you got to ride behind them. And you know some of these guys were just trying to keep it on the track, and I didn't want to put some of them in a bad spot. So you know I just going into the bus stop, I just had to close my eyes and just send it in there, hoping that they would back off, and they did. And you know, that bus stop gets me once every time. It just sucks. It was, you know, so far in the beginning, you know, it could have been a little different. If I could have gapped it and had a, you know, 6, 7, 8 second lead and did that, I could probably recover. But doing it at the beginning and waiting for 25 cars to go by just wasn't gonna do it. And there was no gap for me to pull out, so they were like evenly spaced. So it kind of sucked.
Man, I'm right there with you, Charles. Felt like an eternity as we hopped on board with you after the spin out of the bus stop there, but somehow, some way, man, nice driving style here, nice racecraft. Even though you say you don't like the old left and right turns, you're gonna work your way to the final driver interview spot. Before we get going and catching our virtual flights home, Charles, who makes it all possible for you here, man?
Yeah, for you guys for doing the broadcast.
Woohoo!
There you go.
There we go.
Brian and the guys putting on the league. Brandon always racing clean there. I felt good at the restart knowing Brandon was behind me. I wouldn't have felt good with really anyone else behind me being at the front. I knew he was going to take it easy and think about me more than himself. So I appreciate him. And then obviously to my company, Goat Racing. It's not Goat Locker.
Oh, okay.
I hear you guys say that.
All right.
Goat Locker is actually a racing league. So
that's where I get the
actually,
confusion from. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's funny. I got to reach out to them and
Yeah, and
sponsor
after
something
that, no
tie it in. Yeah, but yeah, to my company, Goat Racing Diecast. I'll get off here and do some of my customs. Check the website and the Facebook page out. I'll be posting some. What do I have behind me? I got the Travis Pastrana Black Rifle from Daytona. I got 2 University of Arkansas Brandon Jones, a Riley Herbst Monster, a couple Greg Van Alls for his sponsors, Prescott Tires, and and if see anything you like, use promo code GOATRACING23, or if you know any of my drivers, I have 9 drivers under contract, if you want to call it. Their promo codes are on there. That's how they get paid. They get a percentage of all the sales if their promo code is used. So go there and check it out. GoatRacingDiecast.com.
Appreciate you, Charles. And once again, apologies for the old goat. Oh man, I feel so silly there at the after the fact there. But now we got it down there. Congratulations, Charles. The Goat Racing Diecast 41 Ford Mustang final driver interview spot. Charles, can't wait there for the old ARCA Series race this Saturday. I won't be producing and commentating it. I'll be live at Cotton Bowl Speedway doing some real life work. But Charles, best of luck to you this Saturday. I believe it's out at the Super Speedway Talladega. That'll be a lot of fun to watch. Justin, I appreciate you joining me up here in the booth. My name's Sean Stam. Appreciate all of you joining in tonight on Stam Studio Network, EBS 731, Terry, Neil as well. Thank every single one of you. And catch our virtual flights home. Justin, thank you so much, buddy. Charles, Brandon, Jaden, congrats on the top 3, and all the drivers here tonight for putting on a show that cannot be beat in the Bump and Run Cup Series. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Take care.